Hello everybody, welcome to Tom Rouse, his YouTube channel. It's me. I've just recorded a podcast for Rouse every weekend as well, sharing my thoughts on the match yesterday. But I thought I'd also do it on YouTube as well, and try to start doing these again. I really enjoyed doing these match reviews, and having just spent 5 or 6 minutes talking on the podcast, I thought I sort of start getting back into it a little bit, perhaps. And also, while you're here, go and check out the Show Us Your Kick podcast. There's now 17 episodes of those. We've just had Jason Guy from the Wolf Whistle podcast. Really good episode. There's one from a Fulham fan, one from Cardiff fan as well, which I've done as this sort of second series. Hopefully going to arrange some more then to be in the third series in the future. So, yesterday's game, I thought Wolves were very pedestrian in the first half. No fault of their own. A lot of credit to Leeds for the way that they have adapted to the Premier League, and I think will thrive in the Premier League. The way that they run and the way that they are constantly going, I don't think there's another team in the Premier League that do it like Leeds do, and I think it will provide them some success. However, they've created very few chances, and I put that down to Wolves' experience now in the Premier League. This is our third season in the Premier League. We know how to deal with lots of other teams now, lots of different styles of play. We stick to our way of playing. And we stand off. I think it was a really interesting statistic that they put up at the beginning of the game that Leeds run the most and we run the least. And it's a real contrast of styles there. But we, in the end, prevailed. I think it's really interesting that we sit back, let Leeds have a lot of possession and keep them at arm's length for most of the game. I can't remember Patricio making any sort of desperate save, or there was a lot of crosses that came into the box, but nothing that really challenged our defenders at all. Just a word on Max Kilman as well. I know that you received the Man of the Match award from Sky and from the Wolves website and all app, all sorts of stuff like that. He was very, very good. I'm very impressed with him and how he's adapted. But the games that he's played so far have been against two of the promoted teams. And I think it'd be interesting to see now if Marcel comes back as left wing back, whether or not then Sace will come back into the back three, or whether Kilman would be given a go. Because I don't think that Sace is the best left wing back at all. I think that he was targeted quite a lot by Helder Costa yesterday. And on a side note, it was quite nice to see Costa looking back to what appeared to be nearly his best, although I didn't like him trying to cheat and win a penalty from us at one point during the first half. Another point as well, Moutinho, for me, he's looking very, very jaded at the minute. Whether that's because of his age or the international duty, who knows? But the game's starting to pass him by, and he's starting to make a lot of errors, in my opinion. There was one that was highlighted by Andy Hinchcliffe yesterday, the commentator, where he said that there was a set piece and Moutinho had his back to the ball and they were able to just bypass Moutinho very, very easily. So those sort of lapses in concentration that are increasing now, and I wouldn't expect that from such an experienced international. However, it is getting to the point now where he's the wrong side of 32, 33, and it could be that his best days are behind him. I think it was interesting as well that Dendoncker played yesterday. The 3 games we've won, Dendoncker has played in the midfield, and I think he's very, very underrated, Dendoncker, and hopefully that will continue. As for the rest of the team, again, it wasn't the best game. It wasn't the best performance, and on paper, Wolves' start to the season has been superb. 3 wins, 2 defeats. Looks quite good. If you take the West Ham anomaly out of it as well, which obviously you can't do, but if you take that weird evening out, it's been a very, very good start to the season. And West Ham as well, not as bad a team I think that people thought they were going to be. Good comeback against Tottenham, a couple of other good wins as well. Beat Leicester in there. So it's been a very, very strange start to the season. I think that Wolves could end up having a good season if they maintain this pragmatic and relatively boring approach to watch. It is not entertaining in the slightest. However, they're getting results. They're consistent. They don't concede many goals apart from the West Ham game. But it could be that the most consistent team this season will be successful, will finish in the top 4 or top 6. We are in the top 6 at the moment, but of course, there's no point looking at the table until sort of, I don't know, 20, halfway through the season, isn't it? 18, 19 games. But it's been a good start on paper. Not entertaining, pragmatic and effective. The goal from Jimenez, huge strike of luck, and he sort of classic Jimenez, put himself onto his left foot. He's not the strongest on his left foot. Stalled and stalled and stalled. It was very good defending, I thought, from Leeds to push him onto his left foot, really press him and press him, press him. It gave him no other option other than to try and do a Rabona, which he would have completely flopped if he'd have tried it from that angle, or to shoot with his left. I think it was quite a weak shot, really. If the defender hadn't have got in the way, it was going straight down the keeper's throat, no problem at all. But that huge deflection just popped into the corner, and a stroke of luck for us. The VAR decision as well with Saïs's goal, disappointing, obviously, because we've seen so often VAR spoiling games. But I don't want to spend ages talking about VAR again. But my point of view on VAR. I hate it with a passion. That goal was a perfectly good goal. It has to be down to the players on the pitch. If they think there's something wrong, if they think it's offside, then there should be appeals. But I'm not going to bore everybody with that again. But anyway, let me know what you thought of the game in the comments down below. See ya!